Lebanon is witnessing a new kind of warfare. The cyberspace and the electromagnetic space has become the new battleground. More than 30 people have lost their lives. Today we have with us Amit Dubey, a cybersecurity expert who will put light on this issue. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, what has happened in Lebanon?
See, first of all, the pager is an outdated technology, and these guys were using it just to keep away from any kind of surveillance or snooping. We know that mobile phones can be hacked. We know that all these standard devices that we are using today, they are vulnerable to various kind of attacks. So they deliberately they were using these kind of devices. Those cannot be attacked or those cannot be compromised because you can't install anything in pager. It doesn't have that sort of OS or anything. It can only send messages that to encrypted peer to peer. So it can only be seen by the other side. So no surveillance is possible on pager, and that's why sometimes we say that we can use old feature phones to protect us against any kind of cybercrime. That was their mindset. But having said that, because they were using exclusively an old technology, they were much more vulnerable to such kind of attacks because it is easier to hack their supply chain. There's only one company which is making pagers. So we don't need to even find or manipulate multiple companies or their softwares. But in this case, three things were compromised. One, their batteries. Second, their software. And third, their entire supply chain. Without compromising all these three, you can't coordinate such kind of well-planned attack because it has been definitely it has been happening since almost 2.5 years or so. So they identified, okay, this is the company which is making it. The battery was manipulated. It definitely had some inflammable material which could be blasted based on some trigger given from outside. That's why the software has also been manipulated, that when you will receive an SMS or message on pager, this will trigger that battery to reach to that level. So there will be a fluctuation in power and that will blast. So this was already done. Now, how could it be done? Because if you will plan such kind of attacks through some manual intervention, then only you can do so. They would have definitely engaged people inside this entire supply chain. We were told that this entire supply was also halted for 2-3 days when they were releasing it from Jordan. And during that time, probably they would have changed the devices. They can also clone the devices. Probably the devices those were imported were not supplied. Somebody would have changed it during this transit and they would have cloned it entirely. We see cloned phones and cloned iPhones also. Those are available. So that sort of management was done, I guess. And then you see the results. And not only pager, they had done the same thing with wireless handsets also, the walkie-talkie. So they knew that once they'll have these in open public that the pager is getting blasted, they would definitely switch to some other communication device, and that would be wireless because they'll not go to mobile phones and all. So they would have manipulated batteries of wireless headsets also. Then it is a bigger thing because now they are in complete shock. The Hezbollah guys, they don't know what to do, how to coordinate, how to communicate with their people.
So, these attacks were in three phases. First, the pagers exploded. Second, the walkie-talkies. And now the solar system. The solar panels are getting exploded. How is this happening?
See, the common factor in these three devices are the batteries. So whoever has supplied these batteries, they would have definitely inserted some material which can be blasted through temperature or through any such power glitch. Who would have supplied that should be investigated. And even for these solar panels, because solar panels are also managed remotely now. They also collect lots of sensory data, and then you have a server through which you control them. So the possibilities are there that they could have been much sophisticated attack because of the remote control possibilities are there in solar panels. And but the common thing is battery. We had blast and battery. And the battery definitely had something which is beyond lithium ion. It is something which need to be investigated as RDX or PETN or whatever.
So as you just said that even the cell phones that all of us use can be exploded. How?
It's quite possible. See, we have already seen such kind of things when Chinese phones used to get blasted, and I was investigating a case of Narcotics Control Bureau where we were having some laptops, and when we tried to unlock those laptops, their batteries were depleted. So they were programmed in such a way that you will try multiple times wrong password, they'll be self-destructive. They'll destroy themselves. So this is called self-destructive software for devices. We get these softwares, so which says that there are softwares available through which you can configure a device for self-destructive situation. That if somebody is trying to steal your information or unlock it continuously, they'll format themselves, or they'll blast, or they'll do something uh,
Which can cause harm.
which can cause harm also. So this has been happening.
Okay.
The why it doesn't happen with each and every phone, because every phone goes through a testing life cycle. They are all tested through various kind of mechanisms, for temperature testing, for drop testing, for continuous processing, when something is running in the background, for continuously what kind of impact that can have on batteries and all. Suppose you are using an iPhone, if it is heated up, it will stop working. It will not work. Similarly, for Android phones also, they'll start giving you alert that it is heated up, please stop using it. If we somehow manipulate that software which is giving us this alert, what will happen? It will definitely damage the device. It will blast it, or it will manipulate, or it will go to the self-destructive mode. So I think that is something which is possible, very much possible remotely also in case of mobile phones, because we are always connected on internet. If somebody will plan it for a targeted person, I think technically it is possible.
So how India can protect itself from these warfare? Now we have witnessed this. So we can see that what has happened in Lebanon. So how as a country we can protect ourselves?
First of all, we need to understand the threat, risk, and then regulations. We are importing lots of devices from various countries, especially from China, Taiwan, many other countries. India is not independent on semiconductors. So we will definitely be dependent on some other countries for these semiconductors, and we don't know what is there inside. And that's why many defense organizations worldwide, they have stopped using Chinese hardware, Chinese semiconductors. This is a big concern now. Especially if you are not very friendly with the country which is actually providing you these kind of devices. We need to put some check and balances when we are importing these devices. We import lakhs and lakhs of GPS trackers from China every month. Now these GPS trackers are used in school buses, police vans, everywhere. And it is like a mobile phone. The GPS tracker has everything like a mobile phone. It has SIM card, it has, except display, you would have everything like that. Now that can also have a blast. And if suppose we have a blast in a car, it can cause a bigger damage, because we have put fuel tank and everything in the car. So I feel now we need strong check and balances when we are importing electronics from outside. It should go through a third party testing life cycle. It should be certified through third party, that okay, we have tested it for all these kind of situations, for temperature testing, for remote controlling, for any kind of malfunctioning possible in these devices remotely, and then only they should be allowed to sell it in India. If we don't do that, we are always on risk. I'm sure it will not happen the way this pager blast would have happened. But if somebody is trying to cause you some sort of damage, they can definitely misuse these devices, because especially the VIPs, people that are at sensitive positions, they could be targeted.
Specific target, if they want to target some specific person, they can also target them.
Yeah, we can dispatch a phone or a toy or an electronic music system, something, to their house as a gift, and then can control and do remotely. We have seen when these Delhi blast happened, the all detonators were mobile based. They used mobile based detonators, and at that time it was a new thing that how could somebody detonate a bomb using mobile phone. But now everything can be done through mobile phone. It's not a new thing or surprise thing. Now they are not detonating something through mobile, they are actually blasting mobile itself. This is a bigger thing, and they can dispatch this thing to you, to your home, in any form, and in any other electronic gadgets form. We are using so many different kind of gadgets nowadays. Watches are there, VR goggles are there, and you would start using it. One fine day something could happen. How will you trust that this device is not malfunction? What are the test criteria? Who is guaranteeing you about that? That is now questionable. Now people will ask questions.
So, what about the cyber crimes that we can see? There are several cyber crimes happening, even in India. So, what action should the government take or the individuals take to protect themselves?
See, it has a very bigger umbrella. Cybercrime starts from social media defamation to trolling to financial frauds to corporate frauds to terrorist attacks to uh, aims attack to boat attacks. So it has a large landscape, and that's why we need different sort of guardrails at every stage. If you are talking about people like us, those are targeted every day by these criminals. We call them Jamtada style crimes. And Jamtada has become a synonym of cybercrime now. Somebody was telling me that, boss, this guy received a call from someone and he said that, okay, there is some courier dispatched on his name to Thailand and there is something. And then he trusted him and they started discussion and uनके संग फिर Jamtada हो गया. तो I was laughing कि Jamtada is now a verb. Jamtada हो गया मतलब क्या हो गया हम समझ गए. So, and now we have 35 similar hotspots like Jamtada. We have Mewat, Alwar, Nuh, Bharatpur, Aurangabad, around Mathura belt, and 35 plus, and then West Bengal, Odisha. So this is growing like anything. And if I could estimate all together, I think India is losing close to 1 lakh crore rupees every year through cybercrime. 1 lakh crore. In fact, we have an official data of NCRB that there are cases registered of worth 22,000 crores last year. But not each and every person goes to police station and register their case. So I'm assuming that it is bigger than that. Is almost 100,000 crores of loss every year that we are facing. And most of this money goes out of India instantly through various routes. Either they purchase Amazon gift card, Apple cards, and they sell it online to other countries. So there is no way you can get your money back. That is a serious thing. And that's why Government of India is trying to curb this at various levels, at banking level, SIM card level, because to do any such kind of crime, you need 4 things. SIM card, people used to get it on somebody else's name. So when we check the KYCs, we can't trace that person. Bank account, we need KYC for that also. But these criminals get thousands and thousands of activated bank accounts on somebody else's name. These are supplied, there's a business behind it. Then we need mobile phone. We normally have a history of a mobile phone. If you are using a mobile phone, we would definitely know that who were using it and probably what did he do. But now they get stolen mobile phones. So the history belongs to somebody else.
True.
And 4th is their location. They don't use their own locations. They'll always go out of their house and probably in some village and from there they'll start calling you. And they keep changing their locations. They'll always be at some border location. So they'll switch from UP to Rajasthan to Delhi to Haryana and they'll keep moving it. And because in India, the law and order is a state affair. So if a criminal is committing a crime in UP and then he moves to some other state, it is very difficult to trace him in real time and to catch him. And they take the advantage of this. So that's why it is mushrooming, growing fast, and police is actually facing lots of challenges to nab them. We definitely nab them after monitoring them for a longer period, getting a pattern and then identifying those people and then suddenly reading those areas and then arresting them. But by the time we realize that most of this money goes out of India and we already had that loss. So I think the only thing that we could do to spread awareness to people, because any cybercrime would start with trust. You always trust on a caller. I'm calling from TRI, I'm calling from police, I'm calling from RT office, I'm calling from insurance company, banks, and they provide you some information which is very personal information and nobody else would know about that. That's why you trust them.
How are they getting these personal informations?
This is very interesting. So I always make this quote that whenever any cybercrime takes place, before that, one more cybercrime would have happened with you which you don't know. एक क्राइम से पहले एक ऑलरेडी हो चुका होता है. वो कौन सा होता है? They had already taken your data out. Data breach. And वो कैसे होता है? So we normally keep our data in various places. For example, there is a feature called autofill in your mobile phone. So whatever forms you are filling in your mobile phone or laptop, you provide name, email ID, Aadhaar card, bank account detail, password, many other sensitive details, PAN card, etc. All these details are saved in your browser. When you are filling any other form next time, this details will come up as a pop-up, and it will give you some convenience not to type everything again, but with a risk that somebody can steal that information on a single click because it is saved in your browser. If your browser is not updated and somebody sends you a link that is this you in this video, and because of curiosity you click that link, your autofill details will be out. Or is this your wife in this video? Or is this your husband in this video? Or this is your daughter in this video? They'll use your curiosity to force you to click that link. And we click that. And we click that and we lose that data. Now, how to check that this link is genuine, this link is not genuine? We need to learn this. So I'm suggesting here that there is an application called Mobi Armor. You can install it. It is available on both Play Store and App Store. And it has a feature through which you can scan QR code. You can scan link also. QR code, because we use QR code for various purposes. If I need to hack thousands of people on one shot, I'll just put some free Wi-Fi posters in a concert. There is a concert going or some event going on in some hotel. I'll put free Wi-Fi with the QR code. And by evening, I'll have 100, 200 people compromised. Because they'll scan, they'll not get Wi-Fi, but I'll get the access of their phone. So it is so easy. Now, we are using QR code for payments. We are using QR code for Wi-Fi access. We are using QR code for visiting cards. We are using QR code for restaurants menu card. We are using QR code for tickets, movie tickets, and for boarding passes, everything. How to know that this is genuine, this is not genuine? So for that, Mobi Armor apps scans this. If you scan that QR code through this, it will take it to a sandboxing environment. It will run it there. And it will see its behavior and it will give you red, green signals that it is safe. And it is for this purpose, it is not stealing your information, or it is stealing your disinformation, or it is manipulating your device. Similarly, it will scan any link. And I think we are having this Diljit Dosanjh concert. And lots of people have been targeted. They have been
heavily scammed.
Scammed, and there are apps, those are offering discounted tickets or passes. How to check this app is genuine? Or this link is genuine? You are booking a cruise in Singapore. How to check this link is okay? Because everything looks genuine. You will call them, they'll look genuine. If you are booking a hotel in Odisha, how will you verify this is the real hotel link or it's not a clone? Or even Supreme Court links were cloned. So that's why this link scanning should be a practice. Whenever you are searching on Google, even if, and most of the time these fraud links comes in first 2-3 options available there. You take this link, scan it through Mobi Armor and see whether it is, when it was started, when it was registered, who is owning it, is it malicious, it has a malware, and then only you should do any financial transaction after that. So this should be a common practice. These are the 3-4 types of attack vectors which criminals are using: links, QR code, OTPs, and apps. So Mobi Armor will scan all your apps also. It will give you genuine response that, okay, this app is safe, this app is not safe. There are some genuinely available apps on Play Store which is used by criminals, like TeamViewer, Quick Support, AnyDesk. These are genuine apps. There are multi-million downloads. But because of that, you lose money. So you should be a little extra cautious when you are installing any app. And this Mobi Armor app can help you to a great extent to block these malicious apps. But this is the reason and this is the solution.
Great. Thank you so much for giving us so much insights. I know our viewers are going to love this interview and they'll get smarter after watching this interview.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please spread it across, because cybercrime, you can only protect yourself through awareness, and you have to share it across others also, so that it is a mutual responsibility. And thank you so much.